Hello everyone, welcome back to Andrina's Creation. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own template and design your own Kinder Egg pouches. You're going to see how easy it is, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to create them. So are you ready, guys? Let's go. For your materials, you're going to need paper of your choice. I'm going to be using glossy paper from Office Depot. Now you can use any brand of your choice. I'm going to be using scissors. I'm going to be using pink and shears. This is optional. You're going to need double-sided tape. I'll leave all the links down below as well of the double-sided tape that I'm going to be using. You're going to need your Kinder Egg, and you're going to need a paper crimper. Again, that's also optional if you want that crimper. Make sure that the paper that you get is compatible with your printer. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is open up your software. I'll be using Silhouette Studio. I have Silhouette Studio Business Edition. Now, before we get started, can you do this in Cricut? Yes. I will not be providing the template for Cricut, but keep in mind, if you have Silhouette Studio Business Edition, you are able to save your template as an SVG, open it up with Cricut, and then you're able to design in Cricut. Or you can just follow along everything that I'm doing in this tutorial with Cricut. Now, y'all all know I'm not a Cricut girl, but the same steps apply. You're going to make your template and design. Again, I have Silhouette Business Edition, but Basic Edition is free. I'll have the link down below on where you can download Basic Edition for free. And if you want to upgrade to Business Edition, I'll also leave the link down below. A good thing about this software, you do not need a cutting machine to use this software. I'm actually going to design and cut by hand. I am not going to have my cutting machine cut these templates out or this design out. Remember, Business Edition, it is a paid version of Silhouette Studio, and it is a one-time payment. I'll also leave the link down below. There is Basic, there's Designer, and there's Business Edition. I just went straight to Business Edition, okay? So now let's get started. The first thing you need to do is you're going to, like I said, open up your software, and then you're going to set your paper size on the paper size that you are going to be printing on. I'll be printing on 8x11 paper. So the first icon on your right looks like a piece of paper that says Page Setup. Here where it says media size, I'm going to change it to 8x11 because that is the paper size that I'm going to be using. After that, I'm still at the page setup where it says show print border. I'm going to turn that off, and where it says show cut border, I'm also going to turn that off, just because I'm going to explain how I'm going to make the template. So take some notes, guys, because I'm actually going to be showing you how to create your own template. The first thing you need to do is you're going to go ahead and over to your left onto your shapes, and you're going to grab the rectangle. You're going to make any size rectangle of your choice here on your screen. I just zoomed in, so the magnifying glass up here that has a plus sign and the minus sign, that is how you zoom in. So while my rectangle is selected, I'm going to go to my fill icon, and I'm actually going to color it a color so you're able to see it here on the screen. I'm going to go to my line style, click on color, and click on the no color to remove that red outline. While my rectangle is still selected, I'm going to be giving you the measurements that I'm going to be using. Keep in mind, if you want to use any other measurements, just go ahead and measure it. If you don't like the measurements that I'm giving you, and you say like, well, I don't like how tight the Kinder Egg is inside, I'm going to make it another size. So just follow the steps with your own size. Now on my width, while my rectangle selected, on my width, I'm going to type 7.25 and enter. And then on my height, I'm going to type 5.25 and enter. Again, these are the measurements that I'm going to be using. Now while my rectangle selected, I'm going to go to my transform icon right here on my right, and I'm going to click on center to the top, and align to the top and align to the left, so everything's aligned on my mat. And I'm going to unselect it, and this is how it looks. Now your next steps are that you're going to come up here where, again, to your page setup, and you're going to go to your third option here. The second option. And I am going to make, so your ruler might be off, so I'm going to click on ruler to make sure that my ruler is on. So you can see the ruler up here and the ruler on my right. I'm also going to make sure that I select where it says show guides and snap to guides. I have those on. So make sure that your ruler's on, show guides, and snap to guides. Now I'm going to exit that out. Where I'm going to put my guidelines is because of the measurements that I created. Now I want my width is 7.25, but I want my actual template to be 7 inches. So that 0.25, it's an extra tab where I want to glue. So pulling from this ruler on my right, I'm gonna pull, just pull, and you're gonna see a blue line coming here. So you see these you're gonna see some numbers up here. I'm gonna pull this all the way till I see the 7. As you can see, you see the 7 right here. So now I have a 0.25 here, okay? So I put my guide at 7 inches. So technically my template, it's at 7 because I want this extra tab here to glue this part over here on that 0.25. Hopefully that makes sense. So because now my template is 7, I need to know which is my half of 7. What is half of 7? Half of 7 is 3.5, right? 3.5. Half of 7 is 3.5. So I'm gonna pull another guide here all the way to the 3.5. So here's my half mark. If you created a different size, all you need to make sure is that you'll go ahead and put it at the half of your measurements, okay? So because mine's is at 7, I put mine's at 3.5. You decide on where you put in yours if you did a different measurement. Hopefully I'm not confusing you. Now, my other guide is, what is half of 3.5? Half of 3.5 is 1.75. So I'm going to pull another guide and I'm going to go at the 1.75 mark. So this is half of 3.5. And then here you got to make sure you put it at the other half. Over here, got to put it at the 5.25. All right. So my guides are at 1.75, 3.5, 5.25, and at 7. Why are these guys there? I'm going to repeat again. I put it at 7 because I want a 0.25 tab. I put it at the 3.5 because 3.5 is half of the 7. And then what is half of 3.5 is 1.75. So right here, that's half. Okay, so that's how it looks. Now, you're going to say, why in the heck did you do all this? I'm going to show you because we need to make sure we create triangles at the half mark, okay? So here, I'm going to go to my left and I'm going to click on the lines, just a regular line. I'm going to come here to the line color and I'm going to click on the color black. I'm also going to click on the first option of my line style and I am going to just click it, put it on dash marks. I'm just gonna put it on dash marks. You don't have to do that, you can leave it on regular, but I'm gonna put it on the dashes for now. And then start it from this point, from the corner of your rectangle. I'm just going to, right here, let me see if you can see when I pull. Let me delete that. Line again. And I'm going to pull, making sure that I'm at, let me zoom in so I know what I'm doing. And I had to start from the corner. Like that. And all right, I'm actually gonna delete that because it's not good either. So we're gonna do it one more time. And let me actually put the thickness a little bit up so you're able to see it. Okay, that's my first line. And because I already created this line, I'm not gonna do it all over again. I'm just gonna right click and duplicate that same line. And I am just gonna go ahead and put it over here. I'm going to right click and duplicate and flip horizontal so it can mirror it. And then we're going to put this one here. And I am going to right click and duplicate that one. And we're going to put that one here. And you can make them smaller if that bothers you, looking at them coming out the actual rectangle. these are going to get deleted anyways. We're not printing, these are just your guides. So this is how everything's looking. Let me zoom out. So we did a rectangle from this corner coming down to the 1.75, then we went up like this. Okay, so these are the triangles, as you can see. So it stops at, this line stops at the 3.5, this one at 3.5. I hope that makes sense. So this is your template already. That's it, you created your template. Now this is where the tab is going, so I'm actually going to grab another line. I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to make a line coming down, and I'm going to put this line right here, and because we have the snap to guides on, it's actually going to snap right on that line, just like that. Okay, so this is how it looks. So you don't get confused, I'm actually going to go ahead and type the word glue. So actually, if you want to sell a digital file with something that you already designed, this will actually help your customer know where this is going to get glued at. So if you have that word glue there, they know they have to glue it right there. Okay, so that's it. This is how your template looks. Now I'm going to click on it, on the one of the guidelines. If you got confused on where I put the guidelines, go ahead and rewind the video so you can get an understanding on why I put the guidelines there and why I put the triangles where they went. Now I'm going to click on one of the guidelines. I'm going to right click and delete all guides. All right, and this is how your template looks, kind of like what your template looks. Okay, I'm actually going to select everything and then just click on the rectangle, click on the word glue, and that dash, those dashes going down, I'm going to right click and group. I just wanted to group these because at the end I'm going to delete that. Okay, now you are ready now to start designing your template. Now your images, you're gonna get them from wherever you want. I personally went and got my images from Fabrica. If you did not know, I'm affiliated with Fabrica. They have a whole bunch of images here. I am a member. I only pay $19 a month, but if you click on the link down below, you can try this website for $1 for the first month, and you're able to download everything. You're able to unsubscribe from them whenever you want. You can cancel after you pay your $1 after that first month, but if you want to continue, you will only pay $19 a month and you get everything here. Now I went and got the girl summer clip art, and I also got the house yard barbecue flat color illustration background. Okay, so once I download it and extract it, it's already inside of my computer. After that, I went back into Silhouette, and there's two different ways that you can bring images here. So you can go to file, you can go to merge, or you can go to your quick access and see wherever you saved your items to, and you can just pull and drag into Silhouette. And let me make this smaller because it's so big. All right, let me zoom back in. All right, I'm gonna right click and send my background to the back, and let me make this way smaller. While my background is selected, I'm going to hold down my shift key, click on my pink rectangle, let go of my shift key, go to my modify icon that looks like a rectangle in a circle, and I'm going to click on crop. And there you have it. That is inside of there. Now you're gonna go ahead and put your images where you want them to go. If they're going to the back, just right click and bring to the front. Now the reason of the triangles is so you know exactly where to put your images and where to put your fonts. So when you fold your pouch, everything is where it's supposed to be. So you see I put this image right here in between this triangle. Then I'm gonna put this one here that is not over here because then it's going to be folded there. So I'm putting her right here in between those dashes. And now how do you type in Silhouette? If you want to add some words, you can put to and from, or you can type whatever you want. You're gonna click on your A on your left, then your A on your right. You're going to select the font of your choice. I picked honey and raspberries. I also got that from Fabrica. I'm gonna click here somewhere on my screen and I'm going to start typing. All right, once you're done typing, click somewhere on your screen to get off the edit mode. I'm going to select my font again, stay on the outline color, click on no color outline, go to my color option. I'm just going to color it black for now. I'm going to go back to my font and I'm going to click on center. And where it says line spacing, I'm actually going to go down a little bit to like 80 so my font could get a little bit closer. And also let me come over here off the mat. If you didn't know, you can design all around your mat. You can zoom out and design everywhere. Just keep in mind, whatever it's outside of your mat, it's not going to print when you are ready to print. All right, so now I am actually going to double click on my font and I'm going to only select the word have, and then I'm going to go to my fill icon and I'm going to color it pink. Then I'm going to select just the letter A, color it purple. You don't have to do this. I'm just want to be extra and make them all different colors. Just like that. You might say, well, I don't have that color pink. If you don't have a color that you want to use here, all you have to do is go ahead and grab an image from Google or whatever. Let's say I look on Google hot pink color. And all I have to do is click on a color, right click, copy image, go into silhouette, right click and paste. Let me zoom out. When you click on the dropper in your fill icon, you click on the dropper and come over here and select a color. And now when you want to color something, it's already here. Now you'll select whatever you want to color and you change it to that color. Just like that, okay? All right, I'm actually going to undo. I'm going to right click and duplicate this font or this text that I already did, because I'm actually going to text something else. But I'm going to select the first one, go to my offset icon that looks like a double star. I'm going to click on offset and I'm going to put an offset, and around maybe the distance, I'm going to probably put it at 0.040. Go to my fill icon, click on the color white, and then click on the outline color and click on no color. Select everything and group it together. And I'm actually going to put this here, making sure it stays in between my triangles. I got this image off of Google, right click and bring to the front. Because this is a PNG image, you must save it into your computer first. You're gonna right click and save it, and then you bring it into Silhouette because it is a transparent background image. Okay, now I'm going to double click on this one and I'm going to type again. Gonna select, get off of it. To get off the edit mode, I'm going to select it and make sure that this is centered. And then now I'm going to double click on it again, and then I'm going to change the colors of these as well. All right, now I'm done designing. I'm going to click on those dashes and click delete on my keyboard. And now I'm only left with these right here. And I'm actually going to change the color of that to white. And when you have an outline that you want to be able to see when you print it, while you're in the line style, the outline icon, when you go here, your thickness must be more than 0. If you have it at 0, it's not going to print. So I'm actually going to bring it up at least to a 0.75, so I'm able to see it when I print it out, because if you don't have it on something, it's not going to print if you have it on 0. Now I'm completely done. Now I'm going to select everything. Oh guys, sorry, let me actually undo before I do all this. All right, before you take out the dashes, select everything and duplicate and bring it to the side, so when you're ready to assemble it, you know how everything is going to look. Okay, now delete these dashes here, and I'm going to select this one and I'm going to color it white. Now select everything and group it together. Go back to your page setup icon that looks like a piece of paper. And remember, I made you guys at the beginning turn off the show print border and cut border. Turn that on again so you know where to stay inside, because if you don't stay inside of there, whatever's outside of there is not going to print, as you can see. Now you're able to fit 2 in a paper, so I lined that one there. I selected this one, replicate icon, and then I'm just going to duplicate it to the bottom. So I'm just gonna click there, and then I'm just gonna click on my arrow keys on my keyboard to bring that one a little bit down, and I'm going to actually zoom out so you're able to see. Make sure that everything is inside of your paper. I'm actually gonna bring this one up a little bit more, and you see 2 fit in a piece of paper. Now if you want your machine to cut it, you're gonna have to turn on your registration marks that is on your page setup, and then you just turn on your registration marks and then you put up your thickness. I'm actually not going to do that, because as you can see, then you're only able to print 1, because everything that's inside of your red rectangle, it's what the machine is going to cut. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to turn them off, and I'm just going to print and cut them out by hand. And how do you print in Silhouette? While you have everything in your mat, in your canvas here, you're going to go here into your printer icon, select your printer icon, then you're going to select print. Then here you're going to select the printer that you have. I have an EcoTank 16600. I'm going to click on preferences where it says paper source. I'm going to print from the paper tray. Then my document size is 8 by 11. I'm printing on portrait mode. On my orientation is on portrait. My paper type premium photo paper glossy. My quality is going to be on high, and then I'm going to click OK and print. Now 3 different ways, 3 different spots that your paper size should match. It's here on your printer when you're about to print, also on your page setup, that was the paper icon, and on your printer. 3 different spots your printer size should match. After you print, we'll be right back. Okay, once you print, you're going to cut them out. I cut them out, like I said, with a pair of scissors. After you cut them out, you're going to add double-sided tape on your tab, and I also going to add double-sided tape in the back, on the top and in the bottom. After you add your double-sided tape, you're going to peel your double-sided tape. You're going to peel the tab, and you're going to peel completely the bottom of the tape. And I'm only going to peel a little bit of the top one, so when I close it up, it's going to connect. Just a little bit, not all the way just yet, okay? Now, after you do that, you're going to overlap it on top of the tab, making sure that you stay right at the tab, guys. As you can see, I peeled the wrong side, so I'm just turning it around and peeling where I'm supposed to peel. And then I'm just going to overlap it right at the dash marks. That's why I left the dash marks there, so I can know exactly where I'm going to overlap it at. Okay, after you overlap it, you're going to make sure it's secured, and it's going to look like a tube, just like this. Now, exactly where you glued it at in the tab, now you need to make sure that that line stays right in the center of this pouch, right in the center, not on the sides. It has to be right in the center. After you put it like that, that line is in the center in the back, you're going to add your Kinder Egg, and you're going to see once you add your Kinder Egg, the top is kind of shaping the opposite way, and that's what you want to do. Then you're going to peel the top of the double-sided tape and just put it together, like just tape it together, and that's it. That's all you have to do, guys. Okay, now this part is optional. You can use some pinking shears, or you can use a paper crimper, or you can use both. You can crimp it and use a pinking shears to give this design at the bottom and at the top. Again, these two steps are optional. You're not going to see me use a paper crimper, but I gave you the option if you want to do that. Alright guys, so here it is. Here's the final results. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to comment down below any other videos you would like to see from me. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go ahead and join my Facebook crafting group. It is called Andrina's Creations Crafting Lounge. I hope you guys are learning how to start creating your own templates. Again, leave all the suggestions down below what else you would like to learn from me. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all my social medias at Andrina's Creations LLC. Alright guys, I hope everyone's having a blessed day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye guys. Are you really leaving without giving this video a thumbs up, and you're really leaving without subscribing? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss all the upcoming videos. Alright, bye.